Bum, bum, bum. Activate towers now. Is there more lasers? Alright, well, let's go. Desolate Island.
You should be headed towards an island off the northern coast. The terrain's pretty rough, so be careful.
The island has another island attached to it.
Yes, it has several, actually.
How irritating.
What?
This is where epilepsy warnings come from. You can just climb. Come on. They could just... There's a lot of things they could do, I guess. If you start thinking about it. In the real world. Like, they could just take a rock and put it on the button. Or climb over things with the rope. But let's not go to that whole thing. No. I found them. Where's the first one though? Oh, there we go. Mind-body dualism. Okay, new thing.
What the?
Man! So there's probably no multiplayer, I haven't heard about it. But like, such a missed opportunity again. They could have done the same as with the Portal, I guess. But I guess in the context of the game it wouldn't work. Because that would... yeah, it just wouldn't work. Nothing I can do there. What if I have to leave with another body? Or what if both of them copy the consciousness? Also, this... Are they actually swapping minds, or we're just controlling that body? Because if it's so easy to swap minds, well, like any security system or anything, opens up a door for a lot of possibilities. So I guess they've swapped that mechanic of recording for this. This is my original body. And this guy will solve the puzzle. Wait. Oh, that worked. Actually, I want to have. Wait. No, actually. Okay, I'm already trying. Oh, what's the original? I think this is the original.
Any further insights on the particle
toilets.
clouds, Melville?
To be honest with you, Byron, I feel like a caveman trying to study Bose-Einstein condensate. I'm seeing unknown particles whose every property violates the laws of physics, apparently capable of being controlled and recombined into just about anything. It's ridiculous.
Maybe someone in New Jerusalem can figure it out.
Sure, just give them another 1,000 years.
Okay, so what if this guy just goes out? We don't swap bodies back. So I'm just taking a new body with me. Oh. So I'm like using him as a cube now. I need both of them? Well, let's try this. Will that work? Oh shit. Yeah, I need to connect it. Oops. But it was hard to swap.
Good. get some measurements from this.
Huh.
1K. I've been watching you solve these puzzles, and this body replication tech is incredible. It just casually blows up the very foundations of our society.
What do you mean?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to make more of us? We're not like a toaster. You don't just weld together a couple of wires and a motherboard and call it a day. Not to mention how hard it is to even find some of the materials. And this thing just, poof, new human.
But the goal was to stop at 1000, wasn't it?
It was. Or was it? And even if it was, sorry to be heretical, but does it matter? If we can figure out how this works, we can finally, easily create more people. We can grow. We can expand. We can build a real civilization. Isn't that worth pursuing?
Well, apparently you can do anything with this. It's just magic. You can create mountains and statues and buildings and humans. It's our cosmic duty to spread consciousness. Maybe there is some point where there's enough people, but this is not it. Maybe there are legitimate reasons to limit the population. This is very dangerous. We decided to limit ourselves for a reason. I don't really have an opinion. It's our cosmic duty to spread consciousness. Well, not quite. I just would like for us to exist all around the universe. It's not cosmic duty, but let's go with that.
I don't have a poetic circuit in my body, but that's exactly right. People get on my nerves, but without them, the world is boring. Yes, people cause problems, but even the problems they cause are interesting. Don't tell anyone I admitted this, but why do you think I do this job? Without people to populate the universe, what's the point? Anyway, we all need to think about what this means. Glad you and I are more or less on the same page.
Alright, I'll get back to work. I think only Alcatraz is not on the same page in this group.
This body replication technology is proof of just how vital this expedition is. We may not know how it works and what its limitations are, but the technology itself isn't even what really matters. What matters is to expand our imagination, to realize that other futures are possible. I'm glad you see it that way too, 1K. After all, the world is better with you in it, isn't it?
The founder appears to have developed a technology that prints new bodies using those particle clouds we're already familiar with. These bodies come with a protocol for instantly transferring the user's mind. I cannot sufficiently undermine how mad this is, as the implications would be breathtaking if we breathed. There seem to be a number of safeguards, so far I've not been able to get this tech to work outside the puzzles. I did manage to sort of make sense of the mind transfer protocol. However, I'm uploading all the data I've collected. It will need to be studied extensively before it can be used, but I can think of a lot of potential applications. What really grinds my gears, though, is how casually it's all deployed. It takes us ages to make a new body, and here there's a whole bunch of them doing no more than holding up platforms or standing on pressure. Is this a joke? The founder mega thread. Please keep discussion of the alleged presence of the founder at the site of the megastructure confined to this thread. I'm still in shock. I wasn't even sure the founder was still alive. Of course she is, and now that we have reached completion day, she has sent us her sacred messengers. It could still be aliens pretending to be the founder. It's not aliens, and Prometheus and Pandora are her sacred messengers. Why has one apparently chained the other? That day of her return is imminent. So now you agree that Byron was right to want an expedition? In fact, it was the founder's will all along, and when you said it would be wrong to even consider going to the island, you were acting against the founder? The word games aren't going to help you when the founder returns, Aurenia. It was wonderful to hear Athena's voice again, but with all the emotion inherent in this matter, we should be careful not to get swept away. We don't really understand anything yet. I can't help but wonder if Miranda is her daughter. Was Athena trying to start a new civilization? Did she abandon New Jerusalem? I don't fucking know. It doesn't seem like a very private development. Like, she created a whole pyramid city with puzzles, and she just wanted some private experiment or private time. Like, what? Which can she? Oh, fuck, whatever. All of them were bad. A valid point. She had enormous responsibilities from the very beginning, and while we were a family, she had too many burdens to ever have a private life of her own. I understand your point, but why leave Cornelius behind then? That's none of our business. Fair enough. Okay, so that's the final gate. Got some puzzles. More puzzles.
How can I help you?
Tell me a joke.
Okay. How many robots does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know how many.
Replacing a light bulb is a waste of resources, and the founder would be outraged.
That's terrible.
You know, Herman had the same reaction.
What if Athena left the island long ago?
Then at least we may be able to find out what happened in New Jerusalem, why she came here. But I don't think she left the island. I think she's still here, waiting for us to make the right choices.
So, like, also, they don't need mouth, right? It's probably they're not talking with their tongue and vocal, like, simulated vocal cords. It's probably just a speaker in their mouth, right? So why this whole thing needed to be? It was created by people at the first. Why would they go? Why would they continue with this path? They might as well just exchange information instantaneously. The blinking, the nose is like absolutely redundant for them to have. What is he talking about? But I don't think she left the island. I think she is still here, waiting for us to make the right choices. I don't know. What makes you think that?
It's hard to articulate. There just seems to be so much intent here. There has to be a reason for all this. And Athena is the only reason that makes sense.
Why do you believe that there should be more people?
I think every single human being is completely unique, and every instance of consciousness is a miracle. The more of us there are, the more alive the universe is. And the more we all interact with each other, the more complex the life of the universe becomes. So I believe that people are a fundamental good. I don't believe we're all flawless, but I think every one of us matters precisely because nothing else does.
Yeah, just wait until the mayor will try to assassinate you or something. We'll see what the miracle you want to save then. Do you think the megastructure technology could be misused?
Could be? Yes, of course. All technology has the potential to be misused. From fire and the wheel to whatever makes these particle clouds. But that doesn't mean it has to be.
Does your faith in humanity ever waver?
In the principle of it, no. It's not just that I believe humanity is fundamentally good, although I do. It's that I think sentience is the foundation of everything else. What's the point of stars and galaxies, of hills and forests, without someone to perceive them? But my faith that we can actually grow up, that we can break out of these loops and take control of our destiny, that's something I struggle with every single day.
How did Mayor Herman Nubis got elected?
Herman? Honestly, I think he makes people feel safe. The world beyond our walls is frightening. Human history is full of failures and disasters. It's easy to look at that and recoil. Herman offers a vision of the future that feels contained, manageable.
But what do we sacrifice to gain that safety?
Precisely. Our curiosity, our creativity, our ability to grow. Everything that made us who we are. To me, that's not worth it.
What are the implications of Melville's analysis of the particle clouds? Do you believe in the existence of something? Oh wait, that's just questions. Actually, it would be nice if they marked the questions and choices to the questions a bit differently, so it's easier to understand. Okay. If technology isn't the problem, why did our ancestors destroy themselves?
Because they refused to grow up. They refused to take control of their lives. They let bureaucrats and financiers determine their destiny, and those people could not think beyond themselves, beyond the tiny, insignificant moment they were trapped in. Their technology could have saved them, but what really failed them was their imagination.
What are the implications of Melville's analysis on the particle clouds?
Athena was always trying to understand the reality underneath what we perceive, the objective truth. That's why she was capable of leaving the simulation. And even after she was free, she never stopped trying to understand more. I suspect her research took her another step closer to understanding the truth. And such steps always challenge our conception of the universe. But that's the wonderful thing about science. We can adapt our views to the evidence.
Do you believe in the existence of something sublime or transcendent?
In the sense of an interventionist deity? No. I wouldn't rule out the possibility, but it's not something I personally believe. But I do think there is something genuinely sublime in this universe, and it's right in front of us.
Me?
Consciousness.
Damn it.
The fact that this sense of self is even possible, that an arrangement of matter can produce a self-aware mind? Think about it. It's a fundamental property of the universe, an unbreakable law that matter has the inherent capacity to become more than the sum of its parts. That is the definition of transcendence.
It is pretty crazy that it happens randomly. If it happens randomly, I don't know. I noticed that Miranda called Athena her mother. It's like the best explanation we have for now. Is that usual?
Some people in New Jerusalem choose to live in family units, although usually that involves marriage or equivalent ceremonies, not having children. You could say that Athena was a kind of mother to us, and Cornelius a kind of father, but it's not quite the same.
You could, like, get married and then construct your own baby. Why not? Thanks, that's all. Like, they never explained how they made consciousness work. Like, it took centuries to generate consciousness in their universe. I guess it saves some kind of basic principle.
I wonder what it was like when the ancients were still here. Their world seemed so lively.
Not always in a good way. Interesting times are great to read about, but rarely great to experience.
That's true. But they left behind so much art and philosophy and religion, and so many strange stories. Is New Jerusalem like that?
It was, in the beginning.
Okay. How do I get there now? What? Drilling port here. Wait. Oh, there's a guy there. Huh. I can't focus. It's too low here. What am I supposed to... There's another guy. Where am I? Okay. Wait, I could swap around through him. Damn, okay, that's interesting. How do I get myself out of here? I don't need this anymore. Get you out of here, buddy. Do I want to waste this? That's hard to get. Okay, a bit to the right. Fuck. Shit. Oh, we could see. There we go. Guess I don't need this. I do need this. How do I do it? Okay, so I could swap with this. Swap with this guy. Have it here for now. Step here. Swap back. Damn it. Up. Okay. There we go. Alright, those are pretty cool. How do I leave now? Oh yeah. It's not me. You could.
Miranda is the founder's daughter. It's still kind of blowing my mind. She came all the way out here, left everything she had behind, and created a new life. Why do you think she did that?
I don't have a clue. Well, it would be more interesting if they like mention what you said. Perhaps she was lonely.
Could be. I know I've felt really lonely. Even when I was surrounded by people. Like there's something inside of me that just can't connect. Like there's this deep sadness about the world, about history, about everything. And I don't know how to get over it. Sorry, probably oversharing.
I don't know how to help you. I often feel the same way.
Well, that sucks. You're so young. You should feel innocent.
Oh yeah,
optimistic.
I'm young.
But I get it.
Oops. How are you feeling?
I'm not sure, to be honest. This is all so surreal. Walking around here is so peaceful, but it's also, I don't know. One moment I feel inspired, the next, kind of creeped out.
Why is the northern part of the island mostly underwater?
Our ancestors relied heavily on fossil fuels for energy generation, which released a lot of carbon dioxide. This caused the atmosphere to trap more heat, which changed the planet's overall climate. The effect continued even after they were gone, and these low-lying areas were flooded. I've seen a lot of places like that.
Did you ever meet the founder?
No, I never did. I would have loved to.
Have you changed your mind about trying some puzzles?
Nope.
What did you make of the megastructure's interior?
You know, people throw around the word awesome a lot. I probably do it too, but I think what we saw in there is the proper meaning of the word.
More like "oh, fool." That's what it was before we, for some reason, decided to use it for bad things. So it's full of awe. Why do I feel like a midget when I'm here? Oh. From Quentin to Athena. Dear founder, I never got to know you. People tell all these stories about you and I don't know what to believe. Some people say to ask Cornelius. Others say Cornelius is too blinded by grief. Some say Byron stands for the truth. Others say he's a fanatic and a radical and we should listen to the mayor. There doesn't seem to be a way of getting a straight answer. Why did you abandon us to this chaos? Why can't you just come back and sort it out? If you are reading these messages, don't you care? Are those like prayers? What is this? From Rodanmne. Ferial. Dear founder, thank you for everything you did for us. I'm grateful for the life that I have, which would not exist without you. I hope wherever you are now, you are at peace. Are they just direct messaging her? I'm just like imagining the situation where you could like directly message a god. New labs to avoid interference. First successful duplication of advanced machinery. Data collection and analysis. Translation groping in the dark. Maybe God was just trying to make an apple pie from scratch. But QFT fails to account for this. Must return to trials.
This looks like it has something to do with energy generation. Am I reading this right?
From Blzeran to Athena. Oh, great and sacred founder, I believe I have discovered the truth that our so-called leaders have hidden from us. This absurd and sacrilegious goal they have us working towards us, this hubristic completion day, foolishness, was never your true intent. Even this abomination of a city that calls itself New Jerusalem is a deception. Why would you want us to return to the sinful ways of our ancestors, strangling the living soil with steel and concrete? No, it was when you and the first companions lived humbly amongst the splendors of Gaia, having no need for all this wasteful ostentation inherited from our weak and decadent ancestors, that you showed us the true path. After all, why would the progenitor have given us such hardy bodies if she had intended for us to live in unearned luxury? From the very first, we were built to be free from pride and material excess. Your teachings have been obscured and perverted by ideologies, worst of all by the traitor Byron, who once was like a son to you. But you should know that there are still those of us who remember the truth and await the blessed day of your return, when surely justice will be meted out and humanity will finally return to its intended path. Hallowed by your name, Belzeran. 943. Alright, so it's getting on the concept when people assign beliefs to their leaders that their leaders don't necessarily have. Yeah, it's pretty funny. the shutdown. Alufemi Kaneda. We assembled on the vast green lawn outside of as the reactors began to slowly wind down. The workers were solemn. The activists who had fought against the decommissioning seemed crushed. There was supposed to be a speech, but the spokesman had lost her notes. Outside, the protesters cheered. My eyes were drawn to the discarded anti-shutdown banners, endlessly reciting the facts, the statistics on mortality per trillion kilowatt hours, lowest of all energy sources. The lifespan of a reactor, 70 more years in our case. Minimal land footprint, almost zero emissions. No intermittency. Intermittency? The hell is this? It became a jumble of words, a litany, almost a kind of glossolalia. Okay, let's see. The phenomenon of apparently speaking in unknown language.
Glossolalia.
Glossolalia. As far as the... Also, I guess we could try intermittency. Something more familiar. The fact of stopping and starting repeatedly or with periods of time in between. Okay. One thing was clear to them, and that was enough. The technology inside this compound was deeply inherently wrong. It was a sin. But I could not help but think of that moment on August 6, 1945, when the sky erupted above Shima Hospital. My imagination could never fully encompass it. How do you imagine more than 70,000 people annihilated in an instant? An ancestor of mine was in that hospital. He went from being a doctor, a husband, a father, a pacifist stuck in a terrible war, to being a pile of bleached bones covered in rubble, all in a single second. Not by accident, but because of a choice someone made. Not because of a reactor, but because of a bomb. Just 2 days earlier, contradicting his campaign promises, the Prime Minister had suggested that the use of tactical nuclear weapons would be an acceptable risk if the conflict continued. Very few seemed to find this particularly shocking or outrageous. They were afraid of reactors, but not of bombs. The spokesman gave up on finding her notes. It was starting to rain and people were walking away. She grabbed the microphone. By the time you regret this, it will be too late, she said. But honestly, I don't know if I care anymore. Maybe you have it coming. The spokeswoman sounds so bitter. The protesters didn't mean any harm. From their perspective, they were doing good. People always think they are doing good when they get collectively outraged. That doesn't make them right. Collective action can change the world when it's deliberate and based in reason, but it can also become a mental trap or a societal pressure valve. Getting political. What is this about? I didn't get it. Is it about a real protest event, or is it made up? It's supposed to be allusion to something. Cliché. From Heir to Miranda. Again, this 5358. As you continue your reading, there is a useful concept that I would like you to keep in mind. The thought-terminating cliché. This is a type of phrase when a slogan or a saying which sounds meaningful but is really intended to make you stop thinking. To pick an example from our history, someone in the simulation might say things like, "It's the will of Elohim," or "It serves the process." And I guess it's Athena then. And that would be that. Case closed. Who knows how many iterations never advance further because they just stop thinking at that point. Do note, however, that a thought-terminating cliché is not the same as a lie. It may very well contain elements of truth, but those elements are used to keep you from questioning a whole set of assumptions that come with it, which may be partially or totally false. This often takes the form of appealing to something you care about. We must protect X, where X is a nation, a philosophy, a public order, or even the planet itself. But while you may agree with that element, all kinds of assumptions may be included about how to protect something, or who to protect it from, or what the end goal of protecting it is. If you stop there just because you agree with the surface level statement, the results may be the opposite of everything you wanted, like those who chose to serve Elohim and in so doing prevented him from achieving his true purpose. Yeah, it's kind of funny that in the first game, people usually say that the best ending is locked behind all the stars, when it's not quite right. The best ending is the top of the tower, not the bottom of the tower, when you got all the stars and basically 100%ed it. Which is also cool. I think one of the thought-ending cliches is that there's can't be anything that travels faster than the speed of light. I don't agree with that fully. I think there might be something. And then, like, it can travel faster than light if it's space expanding. Okay, I came from there. Damn it. Yeah, music also not quite great. It was better.
Yes?
Did you ever meet the founder?
Of course I did. She and Cornelius were both there when I was born. Neath was just starting to take over back then, and they were still showing her the ropes.
What was the founder like?
Busy. There was always another problem to solve. Did you know that she never upgraded her body? Always prioritized everyone else. That's the kind of work ethic I wish more people had.
I think the obsession with work becomes self-destructive at some point.
I disagree. At least when it comes to myself. For me, living is doing.
Do you ever crave companionship?
I've never felt the need for a partner as such. I've met a lot of people who do. Athena and Cornelius, Atal and Damien, Sarabai and Hypatia. But that's not really for me. So far, at least. But I do have social needs like anyone. What I like is a pleasant buzz of humanity. Not too close, not too far. Something I can be part of without having it get in my face all the time.
Could these visions affect my mind?
The data stream overloads? Yes, they could. There are safeguards to prevent that from happening, but these aren't exactly carefully controlled circumstances. It's hard to predict. Our brains are absurdly complicated, which is why it's so hard to make more of us.
The gestures are weird. Her fingers just move in a strange way. It's as if it's a glove. And she doesn't have much control over the fingers. Why do you think the founder left New Jerusalem?
Maybe she just got sick of things breaking all the time.
So what exactly can these particle clouds do?
As far as I can tell, anything, which is insane.
How do you feel about Mayor Herman's policies?
I used to think it was the only safe way forward. Keep things simple and under control. Now I'm not so sure that ever made sense.
What do you think about Miranda?
She's so innocent and full of wonder, it should make me want to retch, metaphorically speaking. But I'll admit, she's sort of charming.
Oh, brother. On Cornelius from Error. From the personal reminiscences of Mitku, there are some people whose true importance you just don't notice at first. People who quietly hold things together without making a big deal of it. That's what Cornelius was. Always by Athena's side, he calmly and carefully helped us all stay on track, reminding us of our shared humanity and the values that had brought us this far. I cannot imagine how painful it must have been when Athena left him behind, when he went on his so-called research expedition. Most people thought he went looking for her. To be honest, I thought he might never come back, and I was surprised when he finally did. I still don't understand how she could leave him. They seemed to love each other so deeply. After he returned, Cornelius was different. He founded the Museum of the Simulation and very rarely left its premises. The archive scholars doted on him, but he walled himself off, becoming almost as much of a recluse as Eustathius, and only then did I slowly understand how much the city had lost. Didn't he leave and never came back? God appears and God is light to those poor souls who dwell in night, but does a human form display to those who dwell in the realms of day. What's up with capital letters here? Is some kind of code? Gaggle. Gaggles. No. Maybe not. Like dwell here, capitalized. Dwell here is not capitalized. Why? It's all William Blake. It doesn't matter, I guess. Prime mover. Excerpted from Considerations by Estathius. Well, it was hard from our vantage points to fully believe in any of the ancient religions. I must admit that I have come to believe in the existence of a prime mover. Not a designer as such, certainly not an interventionist god, but some force that set the universe itself into motion. I do not know if it's possible for us to ever truly understand this being, since it must by definition exist outside our understanding of reality, but I do believe that it exists. Why? Does it look upon us with love? Are we entertainment, perhaps? Does it preserve some memory of us when we die? All of this I cannot answer, but I do not disbelieve those who honestly speak of having experienced some manner of brief communion with this entity. It's simply too common an experience in human history to easily discount. As the motion of the universe proceeds from the Big Bang, so whatever force animates us, whatever constitutes the true foundation of consciousness, proceeds from the prime mover. What do you think about this, Mother? I don't believe in any kind of prime mover, but I thought you should read it because Eustathius is an intelligent person and he came to this conclusion after a great deal of thought. It's important to respectfully consider points of view we don't agree with. Modernity. From the book of Annotated Internet Comments by Eustathius. If modernity is so great, why is everyone so fundamentally disappointed with the world? Why do we sigh with pleasure at the sight of old houses, but feel nothing but depressed and alienated by skyscrapers? Why do we yearn for lush forests and wide plains, not narrow canyons between buildings? We love all this technology so much. Why is it our idea of happiness to get away from it? Could it be that progress is just a story we tell ourselves to justify why we allow ourselves to be dominated by inhumanity and older forms of living have something to offer? It seems that many of us share this desire to immerse ourselves in nature. Though we are ourselves entirely technological beings, we enjoy and value the Earth's diverse and unpredictable biosphere, but does that mean that progress is just a narrative, as this ancient commenter suggests? Or does it mean that technological progression and a love of the natural world are not in fact mutually exclusive? And And yet, if this person was left on his own somewhere in the wilderness, he would feel nothing but terror. The appreciation of nature is rooted in the experience of civilization, of safety. True, but he's still right. So much of what our ancestors created in their last years was alienating to the majority of people. Then the question isn't one of modernity, but of control. I don't know, I guess it depends, because I don't really care about scenic wilderness or a house somewhere, isolated house somewhere, or beaches. I don't know. Some people do. And I'm not sure why. Would like to know. Maybe it's biological, partially. We just got used being in the wilderness over thousands of years while we were species. Didn't have homes. Okay, there's a friend somewhere. Brother, where are you, brother? The eyes still move in a weird way. How did it know that those bodies were exactly with the same plates on them and construction? Is it the standard that they made? Okay, so there is a cube. This. What can I do with it? So I want jammer out? Is that it? Or can we just hop over the fence? Nope. Well, I guess you can do the same thing as with the recording where you can jump with a plate. No, not high enough. I guess not. I can't drop it over. Well, that kinda gonna fuck me. Would be funny if you could jam the droids. Shit. Wait, can I just... Can Jammer still jam a thing while moving? I think it can. You're coming with me. But I needed that box. Right. Yeah, I can't put it without some elevation. Allah, Allah. Is there full damage in the real world now? I'm assuming it's all with the doubles, no? Oh, yep. No! What a bait. Okay, so I need to drop. Probably. There's nothing to do here. Eh. Did I fuck myself over? Can I jump on it? Nah. Oh. Okay, and I need something to put. What? I need this box and this connector to open this door. I guess. Oh yeah, if it's close enough here, or I could maybe hand it over. I guess we'll see. Fuck. gotta be closer. That's too far. Maybe I can just hand it over. Let's try that. Let's try that first. Damn it. Oh, nice. Would it still work if I just put it on the box? Yeah.
I can't imagine spending years in such a desolate place. For what? Science? Enlightenment? I'd much rather be back home in New Jerusalem.
I think it's beautiful in its own way. But I don't understand how our ancestors could survive here. They were so fragile. Imagine getting stuck out here in the cold. I wonder if there are wolves.
It's kind of a miracle biological humans lasted as long as they did.
I missed a puzzle there. Body replication. The technology discovered by the expedition changes everything. Every argument about how hard it is to get access to the resources necessary to create more of us goes out the window. We can create more people. 1K doesn't have to be the last. And it would be easy. Are we really going to give up just because of the goal? Energy doesn't just come from nowhere. We have no idea what the real cost behind this technology is. Besides, the goal is an ideal. It just limits we run into by accident. Is the will of the founder. Yeah, right. It's not necessarily to share a personal belief in the founder to understand the value of the goal. It's clear to all but the most radical that humanity needs limits for its own sake and for the sake of the planet. You say that as if it was self-evident. It's not. You are smuggling a whole host of misanthropic ideas into the conversation under the guise of reasonableness. Your premises are completely rotten. I believe the results of human history speak for themselves, and I find it shocking that anyone would disagree with something so obvious. Shocking that anyone would value human beings and think that being our ancestors could have solved their problems using their brains instead of preaching misery for all. That maybe there is some fucking point in blaming other factors beyond technology and growth, like, I don't know, people in positions of authority preaching their self-important bullshit morality instead of trying to solve ordinary people's problems. Authority? I'm just an academic. That's completely disingenuous, and you know it. Your clique has the mayor's ear. Clique. What's this?
clique.
A small, close-knit group of people who do not readily allow others to join them. Clique, I assure you there is no such thing. This conversation is getting out of hand. If you can't behave, I'm shutting this thread down. Should be best to close thread until everyone calms down. Well, I'm for full-blown freedom of the speech, so... And there's no children anymore. These conversations are necessary, they should not be banned. Thank you, 1K. New Jerusalem is a democracy, and without free speech, democracy is a sham. A lovely sentiment, but you should try moderating this forum and see what it's like. If every conversation is allowed to explode, instability is guaranteed. We have to set reasonable limits on behavior. Thread closed.
If we believe that life is inherently valuable, if we think that other species are worth preserving, and we recognize that most of the universe is barren, then it follows that we have a duty not only to defend life, but to spread it. If life is the most valuable thing in the universe, then perhaps in a sense, the cosmos itself is depending on us to do this. Like birds carrying seeds to uninhabited islands. Maybe that's our role in the galactic ecology.
Miranda, you're going bananas. Where is this coming from? Cosmos having... He needs this. It wants us to spread life. No, it's because we want to spread life. Don't get Cosmos into it. Jesus fucking Christ. Brother, need your help. Why do I need this? Okay, so I need red there. No, blue there and red for what? For the connector. Okay, so first that then. Yeah. Okay, so no need of that. But how? I guess I need to hand it over. This is annoying. Okay, I think this will work. Here you go, brother. Well, maybe... Actually, I can have both. So I don't need Ren anymore. And this should work. Ooh. Linerx. Have I heard about that person? Linerx. Guess not. 1K, Linerx here. It seems we share a mutual acquaintance. Doj thinks we could work well together, given the careful analysis you shared with us in the city. I tend to agree. Careful analysis? In the city? Well, I don't remember who it was, if we talked. Unless she referring to the questionnaire. What is all this about? I like to connect with people who put facts before faith, so I'll be direct. The power that be preferred to keep our society... The powers that be preferred to keep our society in stasis? Whatever. I'd rather you were the last of our kind that seek new ways of us to live. They'd rather avoid the big questions that reveal answers they may not like. But I can't accept that it's wrong to use what we know to solve the problems before us. We wouldn't be here without technological solutions, learning, growth, mistakes. Those things are what we are. Perhaps, or agree. Great choices. I agree. I know we both have hope for the future, and your expedition beyond the city walls presents a rare opportunity, which leads me to my purpose in contacting you. But before we get to that, I know you've an inquiring mind. What would you like to know? Oh yeah, also there was like a choice to stay in the city or go with the expedition. Like, there's no way you could stay in the city. What would you be doing? So, if you chose to stay in the city, how would the game force you into the expedition? Who are you? I'm Chief Engineer of Fluid Dynamics. Our city runs on hydroelectric power. We'd be better off building nuclear reactors, but I just run the dam. Our place of birth and source of life, so what do I know? And hey, maybe they are right. Maybe if we had more energy, it would grow so fast we'd suffocate. I'd just rather test that hypothesis than spend eternity fixing leaks. Why are you? I do physics, not metaphysics, but I'll give it a go. I suppose in the beginning there was nothing, and nothing implies something, and the zeros and ones got progressively more complex until eventually you and I popped out. Where are you? knee-deep in river water, pulling tin cans from overflow sluice 8. Our ancestors so loved their tin cans. After I asked you 3 questions, I just want to know what you want with me. I think the islands you are exploring holds knowledge far in advance of our own. There will be a great pressure on your team to leave it hidden, but these secrets belong to us all. We all deserve to learn and to grow. I just want you to approach your work using the scientific outlook you have been programmed with. Ask questions, be open to answers which challenge your assumptions, and above all, if what you find has consequences for us all, you mustn't keep it to yourself. That'll be probably a big choice. I mean, so far they're just streaming it for everybody, as far as I can tell, and sending all the new finds earnestly without censorship. We already encountered advanced technologies. I know, Byron and I have been anticipating this opportunity for some time. Is Byron also in this? I am certain you're going to find more. I wish in return I could share everything I know with you now, but that time will come. For now, I need to ask that you keep our relationship between us. The dynamics in New Jerusalem are complex enough. So what do you think? Are you willing to work with me? Why would I, though? Maybe, but like, unless... I don't know why I would leak information. I guess I could say yes, but then decide if I will. Yes, let's do this. Excellent. Well, usually there is a bit more of a ceremony when someone new joins the cause. Nothing fancy, just a Sol branding with hydrogen peroxide. But that will have to wait until you're next in the city. In the meantime, welcome to Society Systemica. Wait, is this some kind of secret society? I say it's more of a special interest working groups. Nothing is more important to science than transparency, and at the same time, we don't always have the luxury of ignoring social realities, which sometimes demands discretion. Which is to say, I can't exactly refute your suggestion, but I'd certainly discourage it. Is there a secret handshake? Well, yes, now that you mention it, though it's actually a randomly generated code phrase. 44 laughing lullabies. 44 laughing lullabies. Are there others? Other members of Systemica or other groups like ours? To be fair, I can't tell you as much about either as I'd like, but reason would suggest that you and I are not unique in this world. Are there rules? You'd think so, but we largely depend on shared ideals. We may be no specific rule set. What? There may be no specific rule set, But I trust that we all know an error when we see one. I guess you could say it this way, it just sounds weird. Thank you. Let's stay in touch. Bruh. You think I'll survive? Well, let's find out. So I think there is fall damage, maybe, as interface indicates. Ah, damn it. Okay. Oh, connector. Okay, I didn't see that too. Wait, I need blue. Fuck. I think I know, it's kind of the same that we did in the very beginning. Oops. Come on. I also need to be mindful where I swap. Fuck.
I'm glad to see all those overloads haven't damaged your logic circuits.
Yay! Trains. Oh. They were part of the Easter eggs before. But it doesn't seem like you can do anything about that. You could have put a button on the snowman and a Christmas song would play. What? Cat? C-A-T, A-T-S, or A-T-C... Tack? What does that mean? The Sphinx, and usually she hides switches. But C has like a Roman 1. I think this looks like the place, right? Or maybe I need to find something resembling T letter. Wait, that's A. T is this one. It's behind. Is that it? Whoop. Well, I don't see anything here.
There's an old saying about how, in the end, the sea will claim everything. I have no doubt that this is true. In the long history of the human species, entire regions have disappeared under the waves. Places like Beringia and Doggerland still echo in our cultural memories. But we shouldn't forget that life began in the sea. We are the children of the sea. And it's not through floods and ruin that the sea will claim everything, but through us.
Chernyshevsky. On the past. From Arkady Chernyshevsky's In Our Likeness essays on humankind reaching adulthood, with the alarming frequency our mythological narratives conceptualize our separation from nature as a fall, a punishment for sinning, a loss of innocence, a decline from a golden age. We believe that a better state of humanity is possible, but insist that this state must be in the past. And yet our historical existence has been the exact opposite. For all the horrors of modern war, and they are considerable, relatively few people today have to suffer the unthinkable agonies that our ancestors went through on a daily basis. It is doubly ironic that we place our golden ages in the past, but very rarely ever consider what life was actually like for the people whose genes we carry. How cold they were, how hungry, how frightened, or of the cruelty of nature. What unspeakable pains they must have experienced when they were sick or injured. How many of their children they had to lose, unable to help, begging the heavens for mercy and never receiving an answer. The past is a slowly receding tidal wave of grief. The battle for human emancipation is not yet won, and the path has been far from straightforward. And yet, in but a few thousand years, we have eliminated a great deal of suffering that before must have seemed unavoidable and eternal. Some still suffer, their lives held ransom by politics and economics, but at least now we know that a better world is truly possible, and it lies in the future. Alright. Like in the first game he wrote things very shortly, but I guess it's like an essay. Founding for Hypatia Journal. From Hypatia Journal, Volume 1. the founding of the New Jerusalem, day 132. We had a bit of an incident today, nothing major, but it still woke us all up. Sun was away from the camp alone, even though we had agreed that we should always go in teams. Oh, it's a name. And she encountered a group of the herbivores that we saw on the first day, cows they were called. Apparently our ancestors kept them as livestock. Stathius says they squeezed them for liquid, but I find that hard to believe. But I digress. Sun encountered a herd, and just as predicted, the animals were passive at first, friendly even. Sun decided to abandon her survey to study them for a while, which went well, until a group of wolves, formerly dogs, a type of pet, entered the clearing, causing a stampede. Sun is alright, only minor scratches to the bodywork and a few torn wires, but it was a close call. I guess we'd gotten a little complacent, a little too comfortable. We'll have to be more careful from now on.
Now I have to talk science fiction for a bit because I love science fiction, but it drives me nuts. There's this cliche that shows up over and over, and every time someone uses it, everyone pretends it's really profound. It goes something like this. A scientist invents something good, but, oh no, it's actually really bad. You could have something that makes your life better, but no, you can't. How dare you even want it? That's hubris. That's playing God. And it's never anything that reflects the real world, right? It's never, oh no, you invented a vaccine for cervical cancer. Oh no, you invented a new class of antibiotics. Oh no, you cured malaria. How dare you? Those diseased mosquitoes are way more important than human lives. How did science fiction become so reactionary? You know, if we all thought this way, you guys wouldn't even exist. At least Alex agrees with me. She has good taste.
There's a simple explanation why in science fiction it is the way it is, because otherwise it would be boring to read. There needs to be some kind of conflict in a novel. I don't think it's all that strange. So what's up with the ladder? What am I supposed to do with this? T1. It's gotta be this, right? Wow, 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 wow. It's inside. I don't know, the shape is a bit off. god, you gotta be kidding me. Did they get inspired by Death Stranding? I started watching a new animated series called Common Side Effects. It's still not fully out yet. I got like 3 episodes. It's about some dude scientist with a fat belly who discovered a mushroom that cures everything, even death. And Big Pharma is trying to get him and kill him. That's the premise. It has interesting style, animated art style. The writing is a bit off, but it's not bad. Actually, the ladder is supposed to be on the side, on this side. I'm not even sure if it matters where the ladder is, but I guess let's check it out. Sick. But sure, maybe it wants me to enter the puzzles in some order, but then this one is not even a puzzle. Strange. Where's 4? Might be inside. through here. What the? Okay, another Prometheus. If you can even call it a puzzle. Okay, I'll remember it. Could the map be flipped? So like A is the 4th? No. And in front of it there's supposed to be some kind of building, but there's none. So C is what? That one? That's a lot of droids. What are we doing here? What else can I do? Yeah, I can't stand on them. Oh wait, there is another platform. Okay, now it makes more sense. And you can carry all that stuff? Hello, JT. I think we solved all of them. There's one triangle somewhere and 2 stars. Still have no idea what's up with that Sphinx star. Oh. Okay, there is something. Huh. Huh. C? Oh, maybe I need to draw a letter C. But why didn't I find those in the different places? So I can draw... Wait, I can't draw A. Pattern is already solved. So it's correct then. Alright. Okay. At least now I know what to look for. Supposed to be the place. Damn it. Oh. Could it be this? They're kind of close. Well... And then I found that engraving... Yeah, I think it's exactly there. Well, it's like on the wall. So I should probably focus... Nope, never mind. This is not where it... Or is it? No, I'm just stupid. It's actually exactly where it's supposed to be. Can't wait for Witcher 4. They released a trailer on the TGA. Was there another trailer or... Oh, the Game Awards. Yeah, I saw that. Will I be playing it? Ooh, I don't know. The thing is, I do want to play it, but it will probably be banned since it's Poland and I am Russian, so... Plus, there is also a possibility that my PC won't be able to handle it, but we'll see, I guess. Like right now, the Unreal Engine, I can only run this game on medium, and I still can't have an upgrade for that, so... I want to try Kingdom Come Deliverance too. Right now, but nope, can't. Yeah, the trailer looks pretty nice. At least in story department, I think they still got it. Sirius face looks different. Okay, the last one... I think it's supposed to be there. On the map it's not as far. But I think that's the only one that fits. I might well have to dust off my old pirate hat if things won't settle down with bans. I swear I went around here a couple of times. I would have seen this pattern. So it was inside? In the terminal somehow? It has a Roman numeral 1 for some reason. What? Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just a different thing closer. I would have found something for sure. How are things going for you in Russia right now? Better. It's all the same. I wouldn't say it's better or worse. I guess it's better because there's no fear for mobilization for now. They were mobilizing people pretty hard in the beginning, well, like 3 months after the beginning, and it quieted down a bit. So if it's not that, maybe something along this path. It does have this snake-like path here. No, there we go. So T or 1? Okay.
If the fool persisted in his foolishness, would he become wise?
One triangle puzzle and Prometheus. Right. But okay, that's already solved. Didn't I solve it? Alright, well, let's do the star then. And I got lost. What are those? Liefrasser.
As we continue exploring the cold northern reaches of the island, the contrast between the harshness of this place and the softness of New Jerusalem becomes more and more pronounced. There is a kind of madness in what we are doing, going to a place that is so hostile to our existence. That does not mean there is nothing to love here. There is, in fact, a great beauty, but it is a hateful beauty, a beauty you can only love because there are places that are not like this. And yet, it is precisely this hateful beauty that the people of New Jerusalem fail to see, and so cannot understand their own blessings.
I guess there was one puzzle, I think, that I thought that I did. The one where I entered A, I think. Interplay. Okay, so that's my end goal. Where's the blue? The other side. And another connector. A box. You can swap me there. I don't think it's gonna be enough for me to reach for connector. Yeah. But I need connector here. Or actually, shit. Where did I leave my body? I'm not going to be able to retrieve it though. But I think with it now, should be able to get the connector. Oh no. Is this not what I'm supposed to do? Oh, maybe there's... Okay, it could work if I bring 2 connectors. I think I can do it, no problem. No, wait, there is a problem. Maybe I need to just elevate this one. There's a fence. Yeah, this might not be it. Oh, works. What is another star? I'm trying to look at the compass, but the Sphinx. Well, when I saw where the sprite is, I guess I'll just go there. Oop. Hello, Rundra. I think it was, yeah, here. But first, let's do the bridge. Because last time it went beyond the bridge, so it's better to have it built beforehand. Ooh, this one is long, but guided. So, one of these. I think this is nuts. Oof. Alright. Started easy, but went for a long time. How are you today? My day was terrible. Well, that's not great. And I give super chat. I can't see any option. I don't think you can. I'm not a big channel. Well, I woke up. I went to basically KFC and drank some coffee. I streamed Talos Principle, watched some TV shows, and now I'm streaming Talos Principle again.
Blacksmith to the gods. Was Hephaestus right to allow his art to be used in this fashion?
This was punished by being bound to a rock during the modern chains. Was Hephaestus right to allow his art to be used in this fashion? Hephaestus only forged the chains. It was Zeus who bound Prometheus.
And is Hephaestus therefore absolved of the responsibilities of the creator?
The individual morality, every time there is a choice, and one of the choices is more worthy than the others, you know it's the one that developers wanted you to pick too. The individual morality of Hephaestus is a distraction from the unjust laws decreed by the gods.
Interesting.
Holding. Solve the puzzles, enter the tower, speak to an entity, turn on the beam. It's like she's appealing to our past, reminding us of where we came from, but changing enough elements to make us view our history through a different lens. Or maybe I'm completely missing the point. I don't know.
You might have something there.
I read about this in a book. It's called defamiliarization.
You coot? I think I'm actually impressed.
Oh boy. Shit, where did it go? It's inside? Fuck. They fail. Well, it's not back.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Did you know the founder
I sure did. Not as well as Byron, but she was still around when I was born. I remember she came and talked to me after New Alexandria, told me how sorry she was. I never blamed her for that. It wasn't her responsibility.
What was New Jerusalem like when you were born?
A lot busier than it is now. My most defining memory is that it was extremely noisy, because something was always being built. Got annoying after a while.
What do you think about the body replication tech?
It seems like something that could very quickly get out of control. You know that saying about good intentions? If we can solve problems by just making more people, how long before people just become a problem-solving tool?
What do you think about Miranda's idea that it's our duty to spread life?
Our ancestors thought they could introduce new species to existing ecosystems, and it never turned out well.
I don't think that applies to places where there is no life, like other planets.
There's no life there now, but you can't see the future. You might be wiping out a whole ecosystem that hasn't even gotten started yet.
Why do you care about the ecosystem there? That much. Tell me about New Alexandria.
For some reason, we'd convinced ourselves that New Jerusalem wasn't enough, that we needed another city. We thought it would be easier the second time around. All it takes is a little bit of arrogance and a little bit of ignorance, and people die.
Do I need to restart, or do I need to find it now in the world somewhere? No. Could be anywhere. Okay, let's reset it. Nope, it's still not there. Oh no. Alright, well, I lost it somewhere around here. And I didn't see it come out this way. So it's gotta be somewhere down. If somebody knows where to look for it, you can tell me, because I don't care about that kind of puzzle. Ooh, what's this? More Stratton of Stygeria.
Let us consider the city. What is a city? It is not a gift from the gods, nor the product of nature. Unlike a mountain or a river, it is something that must be built through the deliberate arrangements of material by a mind imposing order on the world. And it is built to serve a purpose. To that end, it has roads and fountains and walls. And to the same end, it has laws and leaders. And though each city is built according to a different plan, all cities must serve their purpose, or they will fall and become ruins. Therefore, we may conclude that a city is also a kind of machine, constructed to improve the life of its citizens.
It is kind of funny that there is a parallel to like biological world. The bacteria having walls, cities having walls, having aggressors and defenders. Accumulating some kind of resource inside. God damn it, where is it? Wait, maybe if I go to his statue, I will be able to see the direction at least. So far. Could it be maybe on the way? No. What is that? What the? Is that an Easter egg? How far can they go? These lunatics. Okay, let's go back. Fuck. It could be anywhere. It could be there. On the shore somewhere. Well, he points almost exactly at the location where I found it. Which was there. Yeah, almost exactly. Fuck. That doesn't help. Is it on the top of the building? No. Maybe it somehow went the other direction back. Why didn't it reset? Oh my god. Okay, I think I'll... Maybe I'll... Oh. This thing... Maybe I could try going back to the hub and then returning, and maybe it will appear back. Wait, 0? Oh, I didn't pick it up. Fuck, will it disappear? Oh, did it disappear because of the reset? I wonder. Shit. I hope not. There's no point why you need to go back to get that star. Fuck. Aww. Now I need to repeat the whole process again, and it will be like 10 extra minutes for no good reason. Oh, well, I guess that's where I'm going to end, because I don't want to do that. And it's been a while now. Yeah, I think I'll do the star if the sprite is not in the same place. I'll go to another location and then maybe come back here later. Alright, see ya.